Hey guys, it's Lisa and we went to church today, so I'm actually wearing something nice instead of my normal, I just got back from the dog park clothes. And you might notice I'm in a new space and actually I just moved, not because I think I'm a professional or anything, but I needed some privacy. So when my kids had friends over or whatever, I could actually, and my husband was home, I could actually go to the back and do that. So ironically or kind of comically, it's such a wide open space that like with just my like little head in there, I feel like I should be holding up a newspaper like in one of those hostage movies, like because there's like nothing identifying where I am, and I could be holding up a newspaper with the date. But anyway, maybe you didn't see that like I did. Anyway, today, so as you guys know, I had a huge binge thing last week, and honestly, it was not like, when I think about what a binge used to be for me, I mean, it used to be like, seriously, I could eat like an entire thing of cupcakes and pie and just never feel full. So when I look at the progress of the fact that I ate pureed bananas in excess, I am really proud of myself. And when I look at the idea that I still felt the need to binge when I felt things to be overwhelming, it really brought on the fact that I still have some issues to work through to have complete freedom. And that is what helped me that's what made me think about it today. I wanted to talk about the power of keeping it simple. I mentioned before that when I first started, I so enjoyed journaling. So I'm just gonna show you like what I started with. So I started with this 5-year journal. And I know Susan Pierce Thompson recommends one more thing, and it's leather bound and everything. And you know, I'm a vegan, so I don't do leather. But the other thing is I'm also cheap and I have 5 kids, so this one I think was like $7.99 or something, and it does the same thing. And so I started in July, and so if I flip through here I'll find July. And yeah, so this is actually September. So you know, you write just a few lines each day. And then it goes in for 5 years, so you can actually compare where you were a year ago, you know, and then 5 years from now. I love the concept, and I so enjoyed writing in this, and I enjoyed it so much that like the majority of the stuff, okay, like let me just look at August 9th. And yeah, August 9th, holy cow. If I only wish this was like this still, because this was in the beginning when your weight just drops off. So August 9th, 2017, weight loss a little over 7 pounds. So excited. This works. Definitely, definitely like, oh, let's see. Something, I can't read my own writing. Deciding on boot camp. I still was kind of indecisive. I still would very much like to do boot camp, but I can't part with the $500, which is so stupid because I've parted with, like, I've done Nutrisystem where I paid like $300 a month, but it just seems like such a big deal since it is working for me without it. But I would love to have that extra support, and I would love to have those questions, and especially when I'm having a little bit of a downtime, when I'm not feeling as motivated, I would love to have the access to that. But maybe I will do it. I would also like to be a lifetimer, so I don't know. I will consider it. I'm still considering it. Anyway, so I would love to see like where I was August 9th next year. So I love this so much, but I found that the one line really only took stuff for my bright line eating. So I ended up adding to that this little journal, which was also super cheap, and it's a 5-year journal, and it's just an everyday journal. And I basically wrote family stuff in here, and it's already neat to look back and see what I wrote in here. We were selling our RV at the time. I don't know if I mentioned that we lived in our RV for 2 years and did some traveling, and it was an amazing experience. I got pregnant with my daughter and that kind of put a wrench in things a little bit. But anyway, so I had just mentioned that we worked on the RV all day, and it was just and just kind of looking back and being like where we were is so neat. But I talked more about our family and worries that I had about our kids, and successes that we had with our kids. And so I kept this journal. Well, then I decided I love journaling so much, and then like, and also I think Susan Pierce Thompson talks about keeping a gratitude journal. So I was really struggling with just writing gratitude things on a page without sounding cheesy and campy. So I got a gratitude journal, and so this one was really hard for me. I thought it would be better than it was, because like this one gives you like little like like prompts to write what you like. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Turn a tale of woe into a tale of wow. Reflect on something positive you can learn or do to find your wow. So that was a good one. Some of them are a little bit like not. Anyway, I didn't love this, but once again, so basically at night I was writing in 3 journals. Then before I went to bed, you guys recognize this. This is my little beginning. It has since been replaced with this one. Because all the pages are falling out, but I've saved it because it is my very beginning. It's like my very first like 4 months, and this is a treasure to me because it really documents what I ate and documents like, you know, the mistakes I made and the things I did really well. But this is basically where I kept my weigh-ins and my food plan. So what I planned the night before. Then I replaced it with another one. Okay, all of that is amazing, but it became too much and I stopped doing it. Like first I stopped writing the gratitude journal because that was my least favorite. Then I stopped writing in the family one because I just was like so tired and I felt like, oh, I'll just cover it briefly in my other one. Then I stopped writing in that one because it just seemed so overwhelming, and it kind of seemed like the more I stopped, it seemed like I was failing at it, so I just stopped. And then I stopped writing down my food because I was like, oh, I've kind of got this. And the next thing I know, some of these habits that were really, really helping me to grow and helping me to, to kind of, I don't find myself sounds cheesy, but like to work through the emotions. Like the binge, I just didn't realize I had so many emotions to still work through. And I had just made it so complicated. I was keeping 4 books. So after my binge thing, I went ahead, and I'm not saying that this is perfect. I'm not saying I won't change, but so far it is working for me really well. I got this little composition book. It's super cute, and basically I keep everything in it. Everything. So I haven't had a weigh-in since I got this, but I will start keeping my weigh-in in this. I'm journaling in it, and I am also writing down my food in it. So, and then I have a little like section where I just jot down things that worry me or that I just need to have as a memory thing. But anyway, I have like all these, like I have things that I need to remember kind of in a couple pages, and then I have my food written down, and then I journal all in this one book. And yes, granted, I might have a stack of these when I'm done, but it seems so much less overwhelming to just, even though I won't get to look back at 5 years, let me see if I can find a journal entry. I don't know if I've ever told you guys, I shattered my wrist when I was pregnant with my oldest, and I used to have beautiful handwriting, but now I now have a bionic wrist. At least that's what I tell my kids, but actually my wrist is actually just full of metal, and my handwriting is horrible because I have no... So my camera cut off because it was full. My kids had downloaded this huge game on there. So anyway, basically I was just saying my handwriting is horrible. But I had a journal entry in here, and even though I can't necessarily compare it, it's still kind of neat to look back because even a couple of days later, things are still, I could just see a change in like 3 or 4 days. So just this quick journal entry I wrote, having a hard time getting back on track. It all started with the music stuff. Our piano teacher doesn't get Jackson at all, although he had a great recital piece. I need to regain control by writing stuff down and planning my food. And then here's a little TMI. My period is going to be starting soon, and that's not helping. I think I'm going to change my weigh-in to monthly. So, and then just beneath that, I have written what I'm going to eat the next day. And I just basically keeping it simple has been so good, and it's enabled me to do everything in 5 minutes versus like switching books and switching themes and stuff like that. So anyway, I don't know if it works for you or even if you like to journal, but journaling when I look back now at the problems that I had when I went through my little binge phase, I realize how much journaling really helped me. So I highly recommend it. And also, I got this at the dollar store. I'm probably going to put my name on there, or mommy only, or something like that. But I've only been keeping this one for about 3 or 4 days. I had written a couple of meal plans in it, but that's pretty much it. But I got it at the dollar store, and it has really served me well, and I actually love having everything in one place. And call me crazy, but I actually love having, I like to look back at not only the journal aspect of it, but the fact that what I ate is on the same page of most pages. Sometimes I have them on a separate page, but I like looking and being like, this is what was going on in my head, and this is what I chose to eat, or this is what I didn't choose to eat, or whatever. So it's really neat. I highly recommend it. Dollar store. And I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope I didn't give you too much information about my life. Anyway, I rambled on long enough, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day, an amazing Bright Line journey, and I really, really, really hope that this helps somebody, because so many of your comments and so many like other Bright Line videos, I just enjoy them so much, and I feel so, I don't know, just lucky. And just, okay, my one last cheesy thought, but even though, like, yes, I am not a big YouTuber, and I likely never will be, I will probably never make any money, I feel absolutely honored. I guess I was reading this book, and it talks about changing your attitude and changing things from have to get to. And I guess that is exactly how I feel. I feel like I get to do this. I get to reach out, and I get to talk to other people in the same boat who understand me in so many ways, on so many levels. And I'm just grateful. So that was my last cheesy thing to say. I'm not normally cheesy. Maybe I'm a little cheesy. But anyway, really, honestly, I love it. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.